So for a lot of you guys that have been following me for a long time, you know that I installed these RCF brake calipers and have a error code for the parking brake, electronic parking brake, that gets disabled. This video is going to show you what I did to basically get rid of the code, but I still don't have parking brakes, so that's just a heads up. I'm gonna go through the error code on the dashboard, as well as like what the DTC is, and then what my solution to get rid of the issue is. Start the car up. All right, notice this light is on, and then in some cases you might actually have another red light around here, I believe, or down in this corner. This says park, which means your parking brake is on. And then close the door. That is the message that you get if your parking brakes are unplugged, the parking brake actuator. You could cancel the message, but what will happen is it'll just come back again in a couple of seconds. Yeah, there it goes again. So if I hit cancel again, it'll just come right back after a couple of seconds. And it was a pretty annoying message. I drove around, obviously not my daily, but I drove this around like this for a good 6+ months. And then with a lot of research, I finally figured out how to kind of get rid of this error message, but still don't have parking brake, which is okay with me. I want to keep it all OEM Lexus RCF stuff instead of what's currently out there as a solution to mount a separate electronic parking brake caliper to get rid of the error and still have a working parking brake. I want to keep everything OEM. All right, so I'm gonna show you now the DTC that is shown. All right, so what I have here is a very powerful diagnostic tool that is comparable to TechStream, which is the OEM Toyota diagnostic tool. This is a tablet device that I got. If you're curious, it's from launch, and this is the X431V model. I am going to show you health reports for a specific module, which is the brakes, the parking brake. Well, got engine fault too, but you see I have a EPP parking brake error. I accidentally triggered it recently. So even with my solution, you have to make sure you don't shift the car into reverse with this door open. That will set the fault, the safety feature that's built into the vehicle itself. Yeah, so that's what triggered the fault. I was backing up the car with the door open. Let's see. Let's pause this. Okay, so let's go in here. Actually, no, I'll just show you right here. So these are the two codes I got. Left, electronic parking brake actuator still signal stuck in range. And then the right side, also the same code. So these are the codes right here. So this is the code you might get. So what happens is, if you don't have the parking brakes connected, it will trigger faults similar to this one. Actually, let me unplug the actuators and I'll show you the actual codes that you might get without it connected. Let me do that really quick. With the parking brake actuator disconnected, these are the codes you would see. This is for the left side and this is for the right side. So the left is C060B13, and then for the right side, C061013. Basically, it's a actuator code for circuit open, which basically means it's unplugged for both sides. This code is me triggering, like I was showing earlier. Now let me try to show you how my solution works and how to take the car apart to get to the connector that I'm going to be interfacing with. One other thing before you start the brake upgrade, what I recommend is to turn off auto parking brake, automatic parking brake engage and disengage, which he uses lever. I don't remember. Read the manual. I believe it's like hold up, which is release, the release direction, but hold it really long. And then this gauge cluster will tell you something's disabled, automatic parking brake. Or I believe you could use a diagnostic tool to disengage auto parking brake too. I don't remember. There's a couple of ways. Basically, do your own research, but that's one prerequisite that you got to do, because if you have auto engage parking brake, this solution won't work because the actuator free spins. Essentially, there's nothing to hold the gear in place for it to cinch down on to assume that it is engaging, quote unquote. All right, so it's super simple to get to the connector that is in these quarter panels for my harness solution. What you need to do is you pull the bottom rear seat cushion up, which you do like this. Quick jerk motion, one on this side and one on the other side, the driver's side. As you can see, that's the point that it connects or holds in place. So now that that's released, kind of help guide the seatbelt buckles out. And then pull this out of the car entirely. Okay. And then the next part is to take this cushion out, which is this 12 mil here. I already kind of loosened it. That's out. And then this piece could just pull right off to facilitate moving it. You want to put this down a little bit, and then you could lift up. So now it is loose. There's a harness for the airbag right there, so be careful with that. Alright, so this is where the hook was, and you were trying to unhook it from this spot. That's why you had to lift straight up. So now I'll show you. Basically, you have to do this to both sides. Okay, now that the seat is off, everything's out, I'm going to show you where I'm interfacing. This is the connector. So same on both sides. This is the driver's side, and that's the passenger side. So I'm just going to show you on one side. Notice that the actuator is mounted right now with zip ties right here. That's how I'm doing it. You guys can decide how you guys want to do it best, but this is how I'm doing it. So basically, this is the electronic parking brake harness from some brake module in the car, and this is the junction point before it enters into the wheel well and to the knuckle, the rear knuckle assembly. Super easy to unplug. So basically, I did a lot of research over the previous months before I figured it out. Via reading wiring schematics and everything, I figured out which connector it is, and it's right here. So what we will do is use this harness to connect the factory brake actuator that's unmounted from the factory caliper into this harness. I basically figured out which connector it is for that junction, and the connector that goes to the factory actuator. Actually, this one's not even locked into place, so that's lock position. And so this is the factory brake actuator that I unmounted off a caliper, and this is the connector that we are working with. So what this harness will do is we'll connect the brake actuator to this harness. Sorry, kind of hard to do one-handed. Yeah, clicks into place, and then this other side plugs into the junction harness in the car, and then the car will think that is the parking brake actuator is still connected, so it won't have an open circuit that I showed you earlier. This one's kind of destroyed because I did some stuff and didn't work out. Worked with some 350 feet, if you know him. We're trying to come up with a solution to basically trick this actuator to think it's cinching into something, but it just destroyed itself. What we designed was too strong for it. But regardless of that fact, this still works as long as we turn off the auto parking brake function, engage and disengage. So now that we are in the car, as you can see, I have it zip tied here. I kind of probably have to fix it. There's only one zip tie right now. Previously there was two. So zip tied to this bracket, and then that cushion, the cushion that lives here will still go into place because you're still like staying within this point, right? So yeah, let's see. So here is the harness I made. I'm gonna connect here, and then the other side plugs in like that. And now this harness could just rest here and be out of the way. And then I could put the whole car back together and do that side as well, and then clear the codes, and then I have no more error message. And I'll show you. Now that we have everything installed, panels back in, everything's connected, make sure you plug that back in, the airbag connector, if you did unplug it. To take it out of the car, I'm gonna do some code clearing. Get the car on again. So parking brake malfunction still there. These are all current DTCs. I'm gonna do a code clear. Yes. Fault cleared. And then let's see. I'm gonna read faults again. This is the parking brake module. No trouble codes. So now no more error code on the dashboard. And you could tell that that parking brake dummy light was also gone now as soon as I cleared it. Yep, so this is how you get rid of the error code. See, it doesn't come back. I canceled it. Just right there. No code. This is just the door being open. With OEM RCF GSF parking brakes. So over the last couple of months, or ever since I actually got the brakes, the RCF brakes installed, everybody always asks me, do I have the error code? How do I get around it? And well, this video should explain how to do it. Also, people always ask me, like, can you build me a harness that do tell that it works? So I've actually sourced enough connectors. It was kind of hard. Very, very hard to source this one in large quantity. I was able to. So I have enough parts to build a couple of sets of these. Not going to build these forever. So it's going to be while supplies last. I'll leave a link of where to purchase it, and also another link of like all this information, like documented in words and etc. So they'll be there for other people in the future in case I run out of these harnesses and people still want to do this in the future, in the coming years. Again, these are not going to be cheap because of all the resource and energy I spent into researching this, reading wiring schematics, breaking stuff, sourcing connectors. These actually came from Japan. That's the only way I was able to source large quantity. Toyota's and Lexus dealership in the US do not have large bulk quantity of these. Tech Flex loomed, and what else? I built these by hand, so it's not something a factory is doing. So yep, if you want a set, there'll be a link at the bottom of this video just in case. And then for future, when I stop making or don't have any more of these for sale, there'll be a link to how to build them yourself. I'll leave all information eventually. If this video helps people have no error codes with the factory RCF brake caliper conversion on IS500, IS350, whatever car that has a factory electronic brake, parking brake with a sliding caliper in the back. Thank you. Stay tuned for other videos I'm gonna put out.